Welcome, Curious Minds, back to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're plunging into the wild. We're going to explore two really different but, equally powerful encounters with nature.
Yeah, quite distinct experiences.
Exactly. So we're drawing insights from Kiran Purandare's, well, frankly, harrowing experience in his book, Into the Wild. And we're also looking at some fascinating excerpts from CN Traveler magazine. They feature the big cat tracker, Shaaz Jung.
Right, so two very different lenses on the wild.
Totally. Our mission, really, is to untack what happens when people truly immerse themselves out there, maybe by accident, maybe by design.
And what they learn from it, the insights.
Precisely. The deep lessons that kind of emerge. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, because these aren't just, adventure stories. They really offer a window into how the wilderness can change your whole perspective.
Change perspective? How so?
Well, it can shift from, say, this terrifying fight for survival, like in Purandare's case, to something more like Shaaz Jung's dedicated journey of conservation. It's about connection.
That's a great way to frame it. Okay, let's start with that harrowing part then, the personal ordeal. Kiran Purandare. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, this guy isn't just an author. He's a serious wildlife expert, won the Sahicha Puraskar.
Right, and he famously spent, 400 days living in Nigeria and the forests around there. He knows the terrain, or thinks he does.
Exactly, which makes the story even more compelling. We're focusing on this one time in the Umbarzara jungle where, despite all that expertise, he gets completely lost.
Yeah, his routine that day was, pretty standard for him. He'd been in a hide for about 8.5 hours.
Doing what?
Just observing, taking notes on birds of a fauna near a waterhole. But the crucial part, he was walking out alone as dusk was setting in.
Right. And being alone in the jungle like that, it requires a different level of awareness, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Total alertness, every single sound, every shadow, it all matters. You have to be so present.
And then came that jolt. He's trying to be quiet, walking carefully, and suddenly this sound, kiak, kiak, kakahes, kiak.
The langur alarm call.
Yeah. The leader of the troop just screaming, pure fear, apparently.
And it spread like wildfire, right? The whole troop, the langur brigade, started calling out, scrambling up trees everywhere.
Instantly. So what does that actually mean in the jungle?
Well, those langur calls are incredibly reliable, universally known, really. They signal an apex predator.
Like a leopard. Or a tiger.
Exactly. Almost certainly a leopard in this case, based on the location. It means one was nearby, out of its lair, probably hunting.
And he found other signs, too?
Yeah. Soon after, he found fresh scat on the trail and then heard distant alarm calls from a four-horned antelope. It just confirmed everything. Chaos. Leopard definitely close.
It shows how tuned in you have to be, how that animal communication works.
Precisely. It's a network of warnings.
So he feels like he's walked into the leopard's sanctum sanctorum, its inner domain, uninvited.
A place humans rarely see. He's moving super cautiously, stopping, listening. But the leopard stays hidden.
And the feeling is just being all alone time and again, even with this unseen presence nearby.
That sense of isolation must have been immense.
He did have a brief encounter, though. Met a villager.
Right, Raju Escape. He was collecting logs, but got spooked by the same alarm calls and was heading back. A quick, shared moment of fear.
Just a fleeting connection in all that wildness.
And this is where things really take a turn. It raises that question. How fast can things go wrong out there?
Even for an expert.
Especially for an expert, perhaps. Complacency.
Yeah.
Anyway, after he and Raju part ways, Purandare, despite knowing the area, somehow takes a wrong trail.
A dusky trail, he calls it.
Yeah, leads him out of a gorge, into an open field, and suddenly, the sun's going down fast, the trail disappears. He's lost. Properly lost.
Wow. Just like that.
It's a humbling reminder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nature doesn't really care how much you think you know.
He describes the terror so vividly, being soaked in sweat. That awful feeling of shouting for help, but knowing, just knowing, no one can hear you.
Yeah, shouting into a void.
And even the familiar bird sounds, the cuckoo, the robin, birds he knew, they suddenly sounded alien, part of the threat.
That's profound disorientation. It hits you physically and psychologically.
What about the physical toll?
Oh, it was immense.
Yeah.
He mentions the sweat, a bad stomach ache, running down a hillock at frantic speed.
Just pure instinct kicking in.
Absolutely. And fear.
Yeah.
He saw a sloth bear droppings nearby, so that was another worry. He was just desperately scanning for any sign of human activity, a path, anything.
Just trying to find some grounding.
Exactly. Stripped bear, really. Survival mode.
But then, after all that frantic searching, maybe 50 steps later, A glimmer of hope.
The silver lining, yeah.
He finds this bright red soil trail, and on it, bicycle wheel marks.
Ah, that must have felt incredible. Such a simple thing, but proof. Proof of people. Proof a village must be close.
A huge surge of hope, I imagine.
The relief, he says, was just absolute. He climbs another small hill, and then he starts hearing it.
Sounds of civilization.
Yeah, people talking over a loudspeaker, faint at first.
Yeah.
Then he sees a lantern, and finally a dog barks. He'd stumbled into Pitazari village.
Wow. From utter terror to safety.
That contrast really highlights something primal, doesn't it? Our need for connection, for safety in community.
It really does. And what gets me is his reflection after the ordeal, looking up at the stars, thinking,
There still exists a jungle where we can get lost.
isn't this our good luck? I mean, after nearly dying, to call it good luck, that's profound.
It flips the narrative completely. It's not just survival. It's this strange kind of gratitude.
What does that mean, do you think? That we should be glad there are still places that can overwhelm us?
Maybe it means appreciating that raw, unpredictable wildness still exists. That there are places beyond our complete control. Places that force us to confront ourselves, our vulnerability.
And maybe find something deeper in that confrontation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A reminder of our place within nature, not somehow separate or above it. It's a reset, like you said earlier.
A powerful reset. Okay, so that's one intense immersion. Accidental, terrifying, leading to this kind of reverence.
Right.
Now, let's pivot, because there's another way to connect deeply with the wild, maybe less about survival and more about dedication. Lifelong commitment.
A different kind of immersion.
Let's talk about Shaaz Jung. Now, he wears many hats, doesn't he? Photographer, cinematographer.
A big cat tracker,
yeah.
conservationist,
Yeah.
multi-talented. And interestingly, he wasn't always on this path.
Oh. What did he do before?
He apparently started out in finance, made a big shift.
Really? What prompted that? Was there a specific moment?
He talks about one key experience. It was near sunset, and he saw this old leopard, Pardus, clearly past his prime. And right there with him, at a junction, was this young, powerful male Scarface.
Ah, the classic passing of the guard.
Exactly. A real past and present scene playing out. He knew there'd be a fight for dominance. The next morning, he went back, found Scarface, bloodied from a fight, sitting there like the new king.
Wow.
Witnessing that raw, primal transfer of power. That's what cemented it for Shaaz. It pulled him in completely. He had to understand this world.
And understanding it led to documenting it. He got famous photographing Scarface, right?
Yeah, his images got international attention, made his name. But then came something even more remarkable, maybe.
Which was?
While tracking Scarface, he discovered Saya.
The Black Panther.
Exactly. And the key thing is, Shaaz is documenting Saya's behavior intimately, with film cameras, not just relying on static camera traps like most researchers had to before.
So getting footage of its actual life.
Yeah, precious footage. Mating behavior, interactions, things that help piece together the life of this incredibly elusive animal. It's really pushing the boundaries of wildlife research.
That's incredible. But through this close observation, he also saw problems, right? Habitat loss.
Definitely. He became acutely aware of the man-animal conflict zone around Nagarhole National Park.
That border area where the forest meets farms.
Precisely. It's a friction point. During the dry seasons, you get elephants and wild boars raiding crops. Big losses for farmers.
Which must cause huge resentment.
Understandably, yes.
Yeah.
And then you have older leopards, like Pardus maybe, who've lost their territory within the forest.
They start taking livestock from villages.
Exactly. Which leads to more conflict, more resentment, sometimes tragic outcomes for both people and animals.
So it raises that crucial question, how do you solve this? How do you help both sides coexist in these buffer zones?
A really difficult question.
And Shaaz came up with a potential answer, this trust he started.
Yeah, the Buffer Conflict Resolution Trust of India BCRTI. It's an innovative approach.
What do they actually do?
Two main things, really. They educate the villagers living on the edge of the forest about conservation, why it matters.
Okay, awareness is important.
But, crucially, they also provide vocational training.
Training for what?
For jobs in the local wildlife tourism industry, working at resorts, becoming guides, naturalists. It gives them an alternative income.
Ah, so they benefit financially from the wildlife not being a threat.
Exactly. There's this amazing story about a farmer, Metagoda. He used to lose like 80% of his sugarcane crop to animals. Hated them.
I can imagine.
But BCRTI trained him. He became a certified naturalist, got a job at the bison resort, And now, he says,
What?
in a way, the animals are paying me back.
Wow. Paying him back, that's a total mind shift.
Isn't it? It shows how linking economic opportunity directly to conservation can work. It changes the whole dynamic.
That's really powerful. And beyond the practical solutions, Shaaz talks about the wisdom he's gained from just being in the forest.
Yeah, he has this great insight. Listening is a sense far more important than sight.
What does he mean by that?
He means you have to stop, turn off the Jeep engine, just sit and listen. The forest is constantly talking through bird calls, animal sounds.
You learn to read the signs through sound.
Yeah. Precisely. And he credits the Black Panther, Saya especially, with teaching him patience. Deep patience.
And wasn't there another lesson? About discovery.
Yes. Maybe the biggest lesson.
Yeah.
Never stop discovering.
Like there's always more to learn out there.
Exactly. In the wild, in life.
Yeah.
Wherever. The moment you think you figured it all out, nature or life will show you something new. Keep exploring, keep learning.
Never stop discovering. Okay, so we've had these two really potent stories. Purandare's survival and rediscovery.
And Shaaz Jung's deep dive into understanding and conservation.
Two very different ways of connecting with the wild, yet both incredibly profound. So what does this all mean for us, listening to this?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Well, think about it. Purandare finds this strange good luck in realizing he can still get lost, finding comfort in nature's wildness.
While Shaaz finds wisdom in listening intently and never stopping the process of discovery.
Right. So given the incredible insights people gain when they truly immerse themselves, even briefly, it makes you wonder, doesn't it, what lessons might be waiting for you to discover if you just pause, really listen, maybe allow yourself to get just a little bit lost, metaphorically or otherwise, in whatever slice of wildness is around you, even the quietest, smallest forms of it. What might you find?